Hello?
Action.
Oi. Hello to all our juicing friends. I know lots of you have probably already been juicing in the past and know what to do, but we just wanted to put together a little video to kind of show those of you who have never juiced before and just kind of give you some little helpful hints. So hope you enjoy. Oh.
Hope you enjoy.
Okay, here Denise is washing the sink thoroughly to prepare, and then we put water from our AmWater Actify water treatment system from Omega Global into the sink. We set it at level 3 alkaline water, which cleanses and purifies the produce. Denise is preparing everything, and then this is our Omega VRT 350 vertical masticating juice extractor, and the juice comes out of the right side and the pulp comes out of the left side, and we put a plastic bag in to catch the pulp. So now Denise loads all the produce into the sink to wash it and soak it in the purified alkaline energized water. And as you can see, there's a variety of things that we're doing for this particular juicing session, and there she is washing it thoroughly, and then we let it soak. And then after a few minutes of soaking, she starts to put the leafy green vegetables into the juicer first. Why do you do that?
You want to put all the softer stuff in first, and then you use the thicker, harder stuff like carrots and stuff to feed it through. It helps push it through.
Oh, it pushes the pulp through because the green leafy stuff is stringy and it gets caught up in the shoot that the pulp comes out of. So you want to do the green leafy stuff first. Like we had the spinach, then there was kale, and
romaine lettuce.
And then romaine lettuce.
And there goes the carrot to help push it through, get that pulp coming out.
There it comes, you can see it. So you can see the juice pouring out real nicely, and now the pulp's being pushed out, and you can see how it's kind of stringy from the leafy green stuff.
So I kind of alternate. I use soft stuff and then I feed it through with a carrot, and then I do more soft stuff and then I push a carrot through.
Those were grape tomatoes, and now obviously this is a cucumber. And in most cases you want to leave the rind on things.
On this particular thing, lemons, I don't leave all of the rind on because it's too strong. It'll be very tart and kind of
very lemony.
tasting.
It'll overwhelm the taste of the juice.
So I leave just a little bit on.
Same with the tangerine that she just did.
Yeah.
Or an orange. You want to take the rind off and maybe just put a little tiny piece of it in, because there are good nutrients in the rind.
Apples, I basically use almost the whole thing. It's just I have to cut it up because it won't fit through the mouth of the juicer.
That's the only thing about this juicer, is you do have to do a lot of cutting to fit things into the opening. Those are pears, Bartlett pears, and then green apples.
And as you can see, that does cause a lot of pulp, and we'll explain later what we do about that.
Yeah. And then there's a little bit of foam developing on top. That's due to oxidation as the juice is coming out. But now we have a full container already. So Denise removes the foam. That's just oxidized juice from being exposed to the air. And that's how fast things oxidize. You cut an apple, it starts turning brown within minutes. So she turns off the juicer, and you want to put the juice in a glass container, not plastic. Whatever you're going to store it in, you want it to be glass if possible. You can actually freeze the juice and it'll keep for a long time. Fresh juice that's in a glass container stored in the fridge can last up to 72 hours, but ideally you want to drink it within the first couple days. And we got 34 ounces out of that first session, which is a little more than half the vegetables and fruits. So now back to juicing. She's preparing the sweet potato.
You can leave the skin on, but I peel off the bad pieces. Any brown spots that I see, real dark spots, I'll peel off the skin.
Now, here we want you to hear the masticating, how it's chewing it up and smashing it to squeeze the juice out.
It's not real loud, which is nice.
Once again, we use the Omega Vert VRT 350 vertical masticating juice extractor, which helps preserve as many nutrients as possible because it's rotating at a low speed. The stuff isn't exposed to high heat or temperature or oxygen. Now, beets are one of our favorite things. You don't want to do a lot of it, but it gives it a little bit of an earthy taste. You can taste the minerals, and you see it coming out right away. You just got to be careful because it stains very easily.
Make sure you don't wear a white shirt. I've learned my lesson. It can squirt on you as you're cutting it, but it will spray red and it gets all over the place and stains.
And here's the final carrot going in to push out the pulp. You see it all coming out real nice and dry. It comes out very dry, and it extracts the juice very well.
I use the almond milk and coconut water. The almond milk just to help, make it a little more creamy and to give it a little bit more protein, since this is kind of all we're having right now. Coconut water helps flush out the juicer, gets all the last little bit of juice that's still sitting in there. Plus it adds electrolytes to it, which your body needs.
So now she's removing the last of the foam, and then you can see the beautiful colors in the juice. The yellow and the orange and the red that we're going to mix into the green and yellow, and it makes for a nice, beautiful, colorful concoction. You want to get as many as many colors into your juice as possible. And there it is.
Now what I started doing, because I noticed that a lot of pulp is still coming through, so I started to re-pour it through. I basically refeed the juice through the juicer to help remove the last little bit of pulp.
And you can see the juice coming out. The juice pouring from the container is lumpy, and the juice coming out of the juicer is pure liquid. So it does remove quite a bit of the pulp. The only reason we're doing that now is because we're doing a juice cleanse, and we want it to be mostly juice and not so much pulp. But otherwise, it's great to have a little bit of the pulp in there from time to time. And that was Denise taking a picture earlier to post on Facebook. Now there's the last little bit of carrot to help push out some of the last bit of the pulp. And we're reaching the end of the juicing session, and that's pretty much our routine.
And then I use a little bit more coconut water just to do that last little push of juice in there.
So this gave us a total of about 64 ounces of juice. So that's actually quite a bit of fruits and vegetables. And we mix it all together and store it in the glass container. And like we said, it keeps up to 72 hours, but you want to try and drink it within 48 if possible, because it will start to turn. Now here we go. We're drinking, preparing our glasses of juice, and it's fresh. We just finished juicing, and I like to add cayenne pepper to mine. It adds a little kick to it, and the cayenne pepper helps to break up mucus in the body, which is great, and helps to alkalize your body.
Here's to better health.
Cheers.
I never thought I would be drinking my vegetables, but I love it and crave it now, every day.
And you feel so good afterwards, like energized and light. You can really feel your body using the nutrients, gives you energy. It's great. And we don't get hungry. You're getting so many nutrients and micronutrients and enzymes and things into your body that it kind of tricks your body into thinking it's full, which it is, because that's what eating is really about, is getting nutrients.
It's not about eating dead food just to fill yourself up.
Right.
Your body wants and craves the nutrients, so give it what it wants.
So the cleanup is actually really simple with this unit. We love it because it's got a small footprint. It's like a small blender, and it's vertical, so it doesn't take up a lot of counter space. It's easily pulled apart, and there is only 5 parts that have to be cleaned. You have to get the rest of the pulp out of the chute there, which is a little tricky, but the masticating ball is very heavy. That's what crushes the fruits and vegetables and smashes the juice out of it. There's the strainer that the juice goes through and catches the pulp, and that's it, 5 pieces. Pretty simple.
So I use a plastic bag in the container to catch the pulp, which makes it for a really easy cleanup. You can save the pulp for salads, sprinkle on your salads, or for mulching, but in this case we're going to throw it away because we're doing the cleanse.